Imagine a world covered in nothing but white sky, a white ground, and a silence so deep it feels. Now picture 9 young hikers walking straight into that silence. Soft laughter, quiet conversation, full of confidence, prepared. They had no idea this would be the last of their lives. Today, we step into one of the most unsettling mysteries of the century. A story that makes you think twice before walking at night. This is the Dyatlov Pass
Ural Mountains, Russia. 9 highly skilled hikers. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, calm, disciplined, respected. These were not thrill seekers. They were professionals, mountaineers who treated adventure like a science. But after midnight,
something so terrifying that these experienced hikers cut their tent open from the inside and ran -30 degrees, without shoes, without jackets, without a chance at survival. Think about that. The tent was their lifeline. Leaving it meant death. So what could scare 9 trained hikers more than the freezing cold? When their bodies were found, some deaths made sense, some were strange, and some were horrifying. Broken ribs with no external bruises, missing eyes, a missing tongue, traces of radiation on clothing. Even the forest seemed to hold its breath when investigators arrived.
Before you see them as a mystery, see them as people. Igor, the steady leader. Zina, the spark in the group. Ludmila, photographer. Rustem, strong and determined. Doroshenko, brave to a fault. Olevatov, quiet and analytical. Nikolai, reliable and tough. Semyon, war veteran who understood survival. And one more, Yuri Yudin, the only one who turned back. That simple decision saved his life. They were more than a team. They were a family.
February 1, 1959. A barren snow slope, a heavy storm, 9 hikers settling into their tent for the night. Inside, everything felt normal. Journals, quiet conversations, a warm meal, plans for tomorrow. And then, something happened. We still don't know what, but we do know this. They cut their tent open from the inside and ran for their lives, barefoot, half-dressed, into lethal cold and total darkness. A person only does that for one reason. Fear stronger than...
And what the search teams found later only deepened.
Untouched gear inside the tent. Footprints leading toward the forest. A small fire where 2 froze to death. A tall cedar tree with broken branches. As if someone climbed it, desperately searching for help. 4 more bodies in a ravine. Their injuries so severe that doctors were disturbed by what they saw. Missing eyes, missing tongue, clothes contaminated with radiation. But one question remains. What kind of force crushes ribs without breaking the skin? What did they face that night?
Let's walk through their final steps. January 23, the expedition is approved. January 28, Yuri Yudin leaves, a choice that saves his life. January 31, their last cheerful diary entries.
February 1st, the storm intensifies. Visibility drops to 0. The hikers set up their tent on a slope. A snow slab shifts. Part of the tent collapses. Cold wind rushes in. Panic sets in. Disorientation takes over. Injuries follow. They try to survive in the dark. Some die within minutes. Some hold on for hours. Some try to climb back toward the tent, but the storm buries them in white. When rescuers arrive on February 26th, it is all over. The northern Urals look peaceful, but they are quietly deadly. Invisible slab avalanches. Wind that tears the world apart. Hypothermia that scrambles the mind. Visibility that vanishes in seconds. Nature doesn't always roar. Sometimes it attacks quietly.
For decades, people blamed aliens, monsters, secret weapons. But modern science points to something colder, simpler, far more human.
A silent slab avalanche. Not huge, not dramatic, just strong enough to injure and terrifying enough to force them outside. Computer models in 2021 proved it was possible. Researchers in 2024 witnessed similar slabs in the same region. The mountain didn't hide evidence. It simply wiped it away.
If you've ever hiked, camped, or stood alone in nature, this story hits hard. Nature doesn't warn. Nature doesn't explain. Nature doesn't take sides. The Dyatlov hikers weren't reckless. They did everything right, but sometimes nature has a different plan.
In the end, the explanation may be simple. A slab shifted. The tent collapsed. They panicked. The cold claimed them. No aliens, no creatures in the dark, just human beings and a silent mountain.
But these hikers were more than a mystery. They were dreamers, explorers, people who wanted to feel life fully. And on that night, the mountain carved their names into its memory forever.